So close. I can feel it in my bones. But I also feel the desire to cast on something new, to buy more yarn, and I really just want to stay focused. It is 7:31 p.m., June 26th. Can I finish my Sandus Garn 2022 cherry dress by Saturday, July 5th? And when I say finish, I mean the entire garment finished, all the weaves woven in, and wet block. Gotta make sure I wet block. I don't know if I'm able to do that. I'm hoping I can channel the energy of my cousins who craft, whoever is in heaven looking down on me, because I just want to finish this project. I want to work on something new. I literally cast on the Coming Together shawl just because I wanted to be doing something different with my hands. I finished the Yorkshire blanket, this crochet blanket I've been working on for months. It's huge. It is huge. It is definitely king size material. Well, it will be king size material. Right now it's queen, but y'all know how acrylic is. It's going to stretch out. I finished that project. I had planned on making a pair of socks for my husband, who is not, he is knit worthy when it comes to hats, but nothing else. I just want to be finished. So here's my setup. I'm going to show you. I'm going to walk you around the room so you can be a part of this journey. Here we are. This is my little yarn craft corner. Here's my other yarn craft corner. And there she is, the dress. I am down to 3 balls. 3 balls in a little smidget. I have used all of the yarn that I had in my collection. I have even checked just to make sure that it wasn't any leftover yarn anywhere else. I am officially down to 3 balls. Now, part of me is like, you know what? If the dress still isn't long enough, you should buy some more yarn. However, when I buy more yarn, I genuinely want it to be for something else. I don't want to work on this dress anymore. And I know that the garment is going to grow, so a part of me doesn't want to do it. So come with me on this journey as I sit down and work on this particular garment with the hopes of finishing it by, what did I say? Oh, July 5th, 2025. Here we go. This is me setting a timer just to convince myself that it is time to get started on this particular project. I set a 90-minute timer with the hopes that if I work on this for 90 minutes, I can successfully engage. I gave myself an extra 5 minutes just in case I got a little distracted. As you can see, I did decide to change my seating setup, wanted to make sure I was all set. Then showed you my little, that's all I have left. I have literally 3 full skeins of yarn left. Change from ponytail one more time. I decided to put on some hand lotion. Again, you can totally see I am procrastinating on starting this project. Luckily, my 5 minutes isn't up yet. The lotion I just showed you is lotion I got from Sorella. Absolutely love it. I am now playing my audiobook, What Have We Done by Alex Feeney. It is Finlay, excuse me. It was a really good book. I could not put it down. And I had started it, and it took me a day and a half to finish it. Anytime I had like a free moment, I just sat there and I listened to it. So it was a perfect audiobook to put on while working on this project and trying to stay engaged and motivated to finish it. Definitely wanted to make sure that I had all of my little notions with me. I have my chopstick, I have my scissors, I have my darning needle. I always have everything I need in order to complete a project, or at least make some progress on the project in itself. And the 90 minutes took forever and a year in order to get through. As you can see, I am really pushing myself to really finish this on time. And luckily, in this little span of time, I was able to finish not only the little ball, but also start another ball of yarn as well. And once again, it's taking forever and a year just to get settled in. However, this is day 2 of working on this project to set a self-imposed deadline so that way I can hopefully get started on other projects that I've been eyeing throughout the start of this particular summer. I am listening to a new audiobook by Beth O'Leary called Swept Away. Unfortunately, it was one of those audiobooks that totally took my attention. Like, I just got caught up in the story. I really wanted to know what was happening, what would be the ending of it, because it definitely has some unexpected twists and turns. And I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to work on this project, I got to have something that's going to engage me. So got my feet up, got myself comfortable. I think everyone in my family is occupied by this particular point because Lord knows every single time I sit down to sit and knit, there's always somebody coming by the door wanting to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and whether or not I can give them something, most likely food. I decided to do a voiceover in this part because I noticed that the volume was really low and it's bad enough you can barely see me, so I didn't want to make it worse where you can barely hear me. For this particular part, I'm showing you my dress. This is the first time I put on the dress, first time me seeing it on, trying to really decide, is this the look I'm going for? Is this the final fit I want? I've made so much progress with this particular dress by this particular point, and the last thing I want to do is actually rip out anything. So I want it to fit well. And here I'm sharing with you about my whether or not I want to make this longer, and I'm trying to show you the full length of it. It's pretty much touching my calf, which is a great thing because I have a new tattoo on my calf muscle to celebrate my knitting journey. So here I'm going to show you what my new tattoo looks like in a moment. I'm going to hopefully insert a picture right here. But nevertheless, I'm so excited about the fact that the dress actually fits. And I really like that drapey, swingy look that it has going for itself in it as well. And I think this is going to be the direction that I want to go in with this particular dress. I want to say I know I was supposed to make a maxi length dress. I know that was the intention. However, I have purchased 15 balls or bullet skeins of this yarn, and this is as much progress I have made. And I totally understand that I definitely increase the sweater beyond what was called for in the pattern. I also know that I've used other skeins for other projects that I had in mind to do that I didn't actually either move forward with or end up donating that. And so by the time I started this particular garment, I was down to about 12 and a half, 13 skeins of yarn. And I wanted to make sure that I made a custom dress to meet my expectation. Typically, I love to cover up a little bit more of my upper arms as it is probably where most of my body fat is stored. However, I was surprised at the length of it. And by this particular point, I'm noticing that my dress isn't quite the look I was looking for. However, I do like it and I do like the way it fits. The arm length may not be as long as I thought it would be, but I know that once I wet block it, it will. And so I'm really happy with the final outcome. Hopefully you can see a little bit better. The lighting is not the best. I think this is going to be the best way to capture me. I am still working on my dress. I did a great try on yesterday evening. Again, sorry if the lighting was really poor. It was in the evening, so that's what I was able to do. I have about 23 grams left of my second to last skein. My expectation for myself is just to finish up with that particular skein today. Then I'm going to do the end of the garment. Initially, I was going to split it just like what they do in a pattern, but since I'm not doing it to the full length, and because I did waist shaping and it's so I shouldn't say the word isn't wide, but that's the only word I can think of right now on Sunday at 11:55 a.m. So I'm not going to split it, but I am going to still do the same little double knitted feature where it looks like I'm folding the hem over and sewing it on there. So we'll see if that's the case, but that's what's happening right now. As soon as I am finished with the skein, I will check back in. I'm going to hopefully set this up where you guys can see me knit, but the lighting in here, like it's really dark in the corner. See, look, when I go in the corner, see how fuzzy it gets? And then here's the light. The light. There's only one window in this room, but it's still my favorite place to knit. And I could knit in other places, but that's just not my cup of tea today. So hopefully in the next I'm giving myself an hour and a half. If I'm still not finished, an hour and a half, I'm going to take a little movement break, maybe do 5, maybe 10 minutes on the elliptical, and then try it again to finish this. But hopefully by 1:30, I should be finished with this. So fingers crossed. She is finished. My beautiful cherry dress made with Sanders Garn Linne is finally done. This particular project I started on April 15th. I have worked on it off and on. Definitely took a significant break in the month of May as I decided to focus my attention on wrapping up a test knit as well as some other little projects that were on my needles. However, she is beautiful and flattering to my frame. I love the arm length. I was surprised I would love the arm length given the fact that it does still expose a part of my bicep that I still feel so conscious about. I love how well I can dress it up where I can wear it in a more of a casual look, or I can style it in something that could be a little bit more fancy. I also love the fact that it doesn't sit high on my neck, that the neckline is really at a point where it's flattering to my upper body. I never thought a raglan would fit so well on my person. I typically gravitate towards drop shoulder garments, and this is my first time making a raglan dress, and it's something I definitely see myself doing again if the opportunity presents itself. This is me showing you my worthy tattoo. Although it's faded, I'd love to remind myself that I am worthy, and this dress makes me feel so worthy. I have to find the perfect pair of shoes. These are my two options, my Birkenstocks and some shoes that I purchased from Temu. My Birkenstocks is definitely something I gravitate towards, and actually, if I'm being honest, it's what I have on my feet now. But I decided to try it on with my little wedge toe that I purchased from Temu just to see the way it looks, and I can honestly say I love the way it feels on my feet and the outfit that it gives me. So I wanted just to give you a little spin of me and my final outfit. Very happy with the outcome. The length of it is perfect. It's flattering to my frame. I cannot wait to go out this evening to show it off to the world. So hopefully someone can say, "Where did you buy that?" And I can say, "I made this with my own two hands." By just giving a quick recap. All in all, I genuinely enjoyed this pattern. I definitely think that this is a pattern that is for someone who's a little bit more experienced with knitting. There were some parts of the description that you needed to, to kind of figure out on your own. And if you are not someone as well versed in or trusting your intuitive nature when knitting, this may not be the right pattern for you. However, if you're an adventurous beginner and you feel like, you know what, I can do anything I put my mind to, then I say go for it. I love the raglan seam on the dress, and I decided to keep it going. You don't have to necessarily do that, but that was an intentional choice by me because I wanted to break up the monotony of the dress. In addition, you don't have to make it the length of what the pattern calls for. The way that the sweater, or excuse me, the dress is designed, there's two versions. There's a little crop top version of it, and then there's the dress. You can definitely make a floor length dress, or you can make the length I made. I had intended to make the floor length dress, and had I had more yarn and actually just a little bit higher engagement with this process, I probably would have made a longer dress. But because I just lost interest in making this and I really wanted to work on something else that wasn't this dress, I was ready to have it. And I had to remind myself, I put this on my needles in April and I lost interest in it, probably because I was test knitting and then just life was lifing. But I'm so glad that I stuck with this project and that I didn't invest more into it. I'm happy with the final outcome. This is a dress that is going to allow me to show off my new tattoo. This is a dress that allows me to show off my skills as a knitter. I'm so grateful that there's not any puckering or rowing out or any other major infractions. There's obviously little things here and there, and this is like due to me weaving in my ends, but there's nothing like drastic with it. And I have to say that it is a project that did not turn me off from knitting a dress. And I cannot wait until next spring where I will put another dress on my needles, whether it'll be this particular style of dress or another one, I don't know. The dress by Sari Norland was something I've always eyed and I have strongly considered. But all in all, I am very thrilled about this particular dress. Thank you so much for tuning in to this particular episode. It is unique. It's not something I traditionally do on this particular channel. So definitely let me know if you like it. I would love to do more recaps about my knitting experience with particular patterns rather than share with you minor details about my progress on individual patterns as well. Losing my train of thought. I'm going to go make some dinner before heading out with my good friend. And I look forward to spending another Friday night with you talking about knits, crochet, books, movies, and other little things that pop to mind. Have a good time.